I'm really sorry today. I want to do a really good job for you guys, but today we're gonna learn how to cry on cue. Okay, so my eyes are actually tearing up. I just started, and I'm going to show you these techniques. This seems hard for a lot of people. Like people, I get asked this as one of my number one things: is how do you cry on cue as an actor? My eyes are actually are tearing up. I've gotten pretty good at this. Okay, so anyway, crying on camera can seem challenging for a lot of people, but actually this is a skill that's easily developed, and there's many different techniques. Now everybody's different, so some people can cry on cue effortlessly and others have challenges with it, and just because you might not be able to do it doesn't mean you're a bad actor. That's number one. Okay, it has to do with physicality of the body. Okay, it happens to be today. It was a little bit easier for me to start tearing up because it's humid outside and there's a little, pollen in the air. So I'm using that to my advantage. Okay, but like sometimes if you're out in the desert and your eyes are dry, or some people just don't tear up easily, I'm going to show you all the different things you can do. Okay, so the first thing we want to know is the first type of learning how to cry on command comes into the category called non-organic crying effects. And what that means is that makeup artists help to create the illusion of crying as well as your sets and your situation. So let's talk about that. Non-organic crying effects. First, you don't necessarily have to produce real tears yourself. Sometimes you might not have tears, but if I pull back and maybe cover my face, if I'm being seen from a distance, it gives the illusion of tears when they might not be there. So that's one thing. Makeup artists can use lighting, cinematography, sound effects, as well as makeup artists can use devices. One is called, I just call it I don't know the exact name for it. It's called the puffer, is what we call it. And what it is, it's just this little device where your makeup artist will go shh, and a little bit of air puffs into the eyes and it causes the eyes to tear up. It's very similar to that, what is it, the glaucoma test that we get when we get our eyes tested, and they put your eyes in that little device and then they puff air at your eyes and your eyes tear up. Very similar. So that does work. Another thing that can work really great is using glycerin or a little Vaseline. So if I take a Q-tip and put a little Vaseline under my eyes are going to look watery on camera. Simple technique. Anybody can do. So, for example, if you have to do a really intense crying scene in one of your monologues for your portfolio, that's a simple technique. And it does work, okay? So that is examples of non-organic. Also, there's other makeup things you can do. Sometimes, if you notice in movies, a lot of crying scenes are in the rain. So water drops, fall on your face. It looks like you're crying. So you'll always see that. A lot of the sad scenes in movies are always happening in the rain. Okay, so using environmental effects. That's very useful. The way they cut with angles, like for example, if my head's down, I'm doing this, you don't know if I'm tearing up, right? But it gives the illusion I might be crying, okay? So that's a technique that directors will choreograph. And so forth. Okay, so there's also how they cut. So that means like I might be getting ready to cry, and then they cut to the other character in the film, and then they cut back to you, but they've done your makeup now, and so all of a sudden it looks like you're tearing up, and then it's kind of easier to get into that. So those are non-organic film illusions. Now, organic crying means that you're using a technique to produce the tears. And that takes a little bit more practice, but there are things that work for different people. I'm going to talk about maybe 4 or 5 different techniques. Everybody's different. One actor may be able to do one technique really easily and another may struggle tremendously. That doesn't automatically make one actor better than another, okay? It means you have a different physical or emotional response. And crying on cue, again, is the specialized skill that can be trained. My favorite, personally, is breath. Now, I come from the world of opera and musical theater and understanding of breath. So when we are confident, we breathe diaphragmatically down in here. But when we start to cry, we're breathing, see, up in here. So I can just start shallow breathing. See, and it starts to look like you're going to cry. Okay, so that's a technique that's really easy for me to use, and that works for a lot of actors, is the breath method. It's that shallow breath, or sometimes if you hold your breath, see, I look scared, or I look like I'm going to respond to something, and I can then change my voice a little bit to get into that feeling of trembling or a deeper emotion that might work for the role, okay? So it's about studying breath, okay? That's something I like to do and practicing that. Now, this doesn't work for me, but it works for a lot of actors, and that is staring. And what that means is you're in a scene and you don't blink. Eventually your eyes will get tired and start watering up for some people. My eyes tend to be very sensitive. I have astigmatism in my left eye. I'm sensitive to light. So that's harder for me, but for someone else, I gave that to a student and he said, oh my God, that works so easily for me. Then that's what you use. I work with another student like, oh wow, the breath thing works for me. Okay, so practice all of them and see which ones you respond to. Okay, so you don't want to strain or injure your eye, but for some people that keeping that eye perfectly straight and not blinking with intensity will cause the eyes to, water. This is one that's a little controversial. This works for people. It does occasionally work for me, and that's called the yawn method. So when you raise your soft palate, see how the face changes? Okay, one person who I love that does this, I love Jennifer Coolidge. If you saw her crazy character on White Lotus, and I remember one scene where she's using that yawn, and she gets into this crazy crying that's both comical but emotional, and I go, that worked so great for the scene. She's an actress I really like. She's so fun, but she uses yawning method, and I saw exactly what she was doing. So that's the other thing. Let me give you one more. Then the other, of course, is emotion and mood. So this is where you might use an emotional trigger that brings you into a memory, or, a visual that pulls you into feeling, the mood of what you're going for that will make you cry or get you into the emotion. Voice shifting is something I definitely talk about. It works for me. So another technique is, our voice is usually fluid, like now, when we are confident and we are relaxed. But when we start to get emotional, we get more like this, and we kind of break up our sound, okay? You get it, guys? Okay, just please get it. Okay, so we do that kind of a thing. And, that shift of breaking up can help you cry, okay? Again, every actor is different, so you can try these different techniques. Now, one of my favorite things to do, and I make my actors do this, is I said, when we're studying how to cry on cue, I will have my students practice these different techniques. Then I say, your homework, go out and find 5 male actors doing crying scenes where it actually makes you cry, and then 5 female actresses that you really feel like you're just crying when you watch them. It's so intense. And it's interesting that certain actors can tend to make me cry more. One actor that I love that I think cries really excellent on cue is Leo DiCaprio. So I don't know if you know the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where he plays this young retarded boy and he just found out his mother's dead. And he played that, so I was actually my eyes were just bawling, tearing up. Another movie he does is called Basketball Diaries, where he goes to his mother's house and he's on heroin, he's on drugs, and he's crying and he's losing it, and his mother doesn't open the door. Very intense scene, you know. Another for an actress I love Meryl Streep. I was watching, you know, there's so many movies she's done where she's just excellent on crying on command, you know. And there's many others. I love Viola Davis. You know, there's a lot of actors. One scene that really affected me is I remember when I first saw Good Will Hunting, and we have Matt Damon, who we know he's a genius, but he is dumbing himself down to fit in with his peer group, and he's afraid of vulnerability with his girlfriend. And Robin Williams plays his psychologist, and there's just one scene where where Robin goes, you know, it's not your fault that he was abused, and it all comes flooding back, and all of a sudden the tears are running, and I remember that scene, and it affected me very deeply, you know. And so we want, you know, we're affected by movies, so you want to look at who inspires you, and then go deeper now, not just watching a cry scene in a movie. What was one I was watching, what was that actor, Nicolas Cage, I was watching in a movie, and there's a scene where, you know, anyway, you know, he's crying. What I'm getting at, sorry to go on a tangent there, but, you know, this things pop into my mind, is that watch the scene, is it affecting you, but then go deeper. What are they using? Leo, like me, uses breath a lot. You know, Jennifer Coolidge uses the Yawn method, you know. Watch and see if you can find what are they doing, and then try it, and then try that in your own scene. Take a scene that's really intense, a suicide scene, a death scene, a loss scene, and see if you can start applying this, okay? And it's something that a lot of actors that are beginners avoid. They're like, that's too hard, that scares me, I don't want to try it, I don't need it yet. I say start from the very beginning, learning how to open up these emotions. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful to you. And my final words is experiment with breathing, staring, yawning, emotional preparation, voice shifting. Try makeup. You know, try that little thing I told you about, the Vaseline under the eyes with a Q-tip. Try that. Try, you know, like take a shower, get soaking wet where your hair's down, you know, and see if, you know, just like if you're doing if you're out in the rain and it's a breakup scene, you can use these things on camera to help you get the tears, okay? Experiment and have fun with this, okay? Be a little bit of a drama queen and just have fun with this. And I remember one of my favorite classes when I was in acting school, and we just spent like a whole week on tears. And I remember the teacher said, my coach, he was so funny, he says, I want you to go to a restaurant and just burst into tears and see if the waitress or actress, like, can I help you, sir, what's going on, you know, whatever, and see if you can fool someone. And it was a great exercise to see, like, can I really just put on the waterworks? And it worked, and a waitress came up to me, and I did it, you know, like, you know, she was very sweet, I tipped her, you know, great, but then, you know, it was always like, do I need to get a doctor, what's going on, you know, and it was interesting to see that she really bought it. That means, like, I'm doing my job, that someone's buying what I'm doing. So we're always doing these illusions of different emotions, and can you do them authentically? Okay, so anyway, have fun with this. I'll see you in the next video.